Kyrie, it's paper perjury time.
Josh,
Jesus, bless you.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna perjure some papers. You ready?
That almost hurt. Yeah, I'm ready.
Trust me, I'm the motherfucker with the loudest sneezes on the planet. They do hurt. All right. Do you remember what happened last time?
We're taking someone to be interrogated, and it was the receptionist lady, I think.
Yes, because she lied about like the gunshot and like all kinds of stuff. So yeah.
She's sus.
Because a dude is dead from the last case. Do you want to be her? Do you want to be her?
I like it when you're her, because you're funny.
You want to be her?
I'll be her.
Okay, I was just asking for every single woman I saw who was playing who. I was not paying attention.
I was gonna say you be Swift and the sus lady, and then I would be the
I'm gonna be the pro tag.
You can be Swift and the pro tag.
Okay, I'll be Swift and the pro tag. You will be the other two ladies.
Both of them, okay.
Okay. What was it? Miss Collins, now that you have an attorney, let's get started. You claimed you were unaware that Anton Chambers returned to his office on the night of his death. However, Detective Ernest Hunt claims you escorted him to Mr. Chambers' office that night. Do you dispute these claims?
My client acknowledges that she escorted the detective to see Mr. Chambers that night. However, visiting Mr. Chambers the night before he was scheduled for a police interview is highly unethical. Detective Hunt should have disclosed his visit yesterday when Mr. Chambers' body was found.
You thought it was unrelated to the case until you proved Mr. Chambers didn't die in the alleyway. We can dispute Detective Hunt's actions another time. We're here for Miss Collins' actions. Why didn't you tell us that Anton Chambers returned to his office?
I was unaware it was important. It depended on my recordings so much I misspoke.
I don't think I've seen the eye roll animation. That's great. Oh, please spare me the weaponized incompetence. Can you tell us more about when you escorted Detective Hunt?
Yes, of course.
Bam, let's get her. Press 1 for escorting the detective.
Lowell had told me a detective was coming and I was to bring him to the president's office. So when he arrived a little before 7 p.m., I escorted him to the office. And escorting the detective was the only time I had left my desk or had been in the president's office. While at my desk, I didn't know or see of Mr. Chambers' return. When I heard what happened, I thought he died before ever returning.
Okay. It's been a hot minute. I'm also gonna turn the music down a little bit. It's definitely been a hot minute since we last played. There was no cleaning crew. Oh boy. It's been a bit. I don't remember. Okay. We arrived a little bit before 7. I'm just gonna throw something out there, because he said he left his house at 7. I didn't think that would. I didn't think that'd do anything, but.
This makes me want to replay Ace Attorney.
I mean, this is pretty good. It's a lot like Ace Attorney. It also has the same flaws as Ace Attorney, but. The only time you left your desk. That's not true, though. Okay, there we go. Miss Collins, we have an eyewitness who didn't see you at the receptionist desk.
I don't see the problem. They could have shown up when she was escorting the detective.
The problem is, that doesn't line up with our witness. Detective Hunt got there right before 7 p.m., but our witness wasn't in the building yet.
Then go ahead, show us how you know this.
Then I will. This is how we know the witness got there after Detective Hunt that night. I'm gonna guess the statement. Because they mentioned that. Our witness saw Mr. Eubank leave his house at the same time Detective Hunt arrived. Since they were in the car at the time, they couldn't have gotten there before Joy escorted the detective. Or I guess I should say, she was in the car.
Excuse me? What was she doing in the building at the time?
Now, we can't disclose any details. We pinky promised the witness. Well, Sophie didn't break the pinky promise if I'm the one who told her.
Oh, how do we know they were there? Do you only have their word?
Your client found this cat toy earlier. Do you recognize it?
Unfortunately, yes. It seems that the witness has a lot of explaining to do later.
That's right, I forgot she's the mother.
Yeah.
Back to the main point. Our witnesses were only in the lobby because they heard a loud sound. The exact words were, like those cop shows, when the police start shooting the bad guys.
When this is over, those two are grounded for life.
Poor Fee. But can you even ground a cat?
I do believe your witness was mistaken. I heard a sound, but it wasn't a gunshot. It was a loud noise from outside. I simply left my desk to check what it was. So your witness must have simply been wrong. As the front desk receptionist, it's her responsibility to check if anything is out of place.
The hell it is. I'm staying at my desk. If I hear what may be a gunshot, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, it's better to hide under the desk and press the fucking security bell.
Yeah, what the hell? Did you find out what it was?
Sorry, but I couldn't find it. I still don't know what it was.
Then tell us more about this loud noise. Press 2 for a loud sound.
I was at the receptionist desk when I heard a loud noise, and I went around the lobby to find out where it came from. The only conclusion I could find was it was from outside. The inside was perfectly normal. When I checked the whole area, there was nowhere in the building a gun could be fired.
Okay, I already know that's not true. Yeah, I didn't even have to look at the fifth one.
Yeah.
There is only one area during our whole investigation where we were able to prove a gun was fired. The president's office.
I'm sorry, I must have misheard you. Are you saying the gunshot was from the 6th floor?
Exactly.
And where were your witnesses when she heard that sound?
The 2nd floor.
And she said it came from the lobby below them?
Yes.
Do you have any idea how ridiculous that sounds? It makes no sense.
I know how it was done. You wanted to source the gunshot, and I gave you one. I document our witness's response. Take a look.
Putting aside what your witness said, there's a flaw with this theory of yours.
I already know. Gunpowder in the room.
While it does say the gunpowder from a discharged gun was found, it never says when. Phantom Chambers carried his gun with him everywhere. He could have fired his gun any day before the day of his death, and gunpowder would have been picked up. I know that blanks also require the same powder without wasting a bullet.
I actually don't know that. I wonder if that's true.
You can't prove that gunpowder came from Brutus and not from a different gun.
Okay, so it's not where I thought they were going. However, we know that there was no cleaning crew. Dude, we're blasting through this. Like the gun that was fired when that man was murdered. The gunpowder wasn't from the night before his death. The cleaning crew finished cleaning the building at 5 p.m. before Mr. Chambers returned that night. But your husband hasn't seen them come back since that night. So that gunpowder can only have been there that night. Unless they're really bad at their job.
Miss Collins, do you know where he's gotten them back? Mr. Eubank didn't specify, but I'm sure he has his reasons. Perhaps he simply wanted to give the staff a much-needed break. I see, I'll ask him about it later. Then it seems we have to address the real question. How could both my client and the witness hear a sound from the 6th floor?
I got this one in the bag as well.
But most importantly, why would they hear it from the 1st floor?
I got this in the bag. No, I know the answer. Miss Collins, do you still claim that the sound you heard was not a gunshot?
All I can confirm is that I heard a loud sound. And as the wonderful Miss Eubank has said, it's impossible anyway.
Oh, I know it. I know exactly what to do. We trust our witnesses, so it is possible. I know exactly what to do. Evidence shows that a loud sound could appear in the lobby from the president's office. The receptionist's desk phone. Because they're connected. Miss Collins, there is a place for the sound to come from. The phone for the receptionist's desk has speaker functions. If the speakers were on, it would play the gunshot from the president's office.
But that doesn't make sense. How could the sound of a gunshot appear at the receptionist's desk phone? The reception desk phone is not always connected to the president's office.
Oh, I know
She's
this
right.
one.
You need to know how that would be possible.
That means we need evidence to show why the speaker played the gunshot. I know this one too. It's been like 2 weeks since I played this and I'm on track. Dude, I know this is
Yeah.
where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This one. The president's office phone could have been connected to the receptionist's desk phone. We know that he had a phone call from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. that night. As long as the shot happened during that phone call, the speaker would play the gunshot.
Then answer this. Why was it connected? Are you saying he was shot during a phone call?
Not necessarily. All that matters is that both phones were on. Let me think. If everyone we know who was in the building, who turned on the president's office phone. It could have been a ghost. Let's see. Might have been Anton. So Chambers' the only logical choice. It was his office. Where the phone call started at 7, we know he was at the store until that time. There's no way he could have done it. Oh, true. Maybe it was your husband. Oh, your break did visit the office that night. He could have done it. Seabass! Hi, buddy.
No! Hi!
There, I'll give you a shout out. How you doing? We are absolutely killing it in this Ace Attorney-like game called Paper Perjury. A very good game. I highly recommend it. I am absolutely a fan of this game. We know he left his... Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. There's no way he could have done it. Seabass, what were you playing, buddy? Yo, he's the best! Sorry, I'm jamming. Joy. Joy Collins, there's no way you wouldn't notice the reception desk phone being on. So you would have wanted it to be on, which means you turned on Anton's phone to eavesdrop on the detective's conversation. Ooh, Cult of the Lamb. I still need to play that game. I've heard it's very good, but I've yet to actually play it. It's got co-op now. Okay, we could run like a cult together if we wanted.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I would need to game.
Yeah, me too. I don't have it. We could also just start a cult like without the game.
True! Cult!
Where should our cult be?
Emma Frost cult.
Yes, dude. Marvel Rivals thighs, woman.
Thigh cult! Thigh cult!
True.
Just all hot ladies and thighs.
Seabass, I know it is amazing. I watched Victory play a lot of it. It looks really fun. I just have not bought it. You turn on Anton's phone to eavesdrop on the detective's conversation.
Are you accusing my witness of lying to us the whole time?
I trust Jacina's logic, so yes, Miss Collins is actively withholding information from us.
I think you are missing something important. Let's see you can counter my next point.
Please stay on the line for calling phones.
My client works only at the front desk. She can manually connect the president's office phone to the reception desk, but only from the office. Yet she remained on the first floor the whole time.
But that's not true. That's not true.
Wouldn't it be V's statement?
B's statement? No, because this one says that she was not at the lobby. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Okay, yeah, we already used it, so. You know that our witness was in the lobby when Joy wasn't there? That's why the mouse was left there. Oh, Stretch?
That's right, after the loud noise appeared. Your theory requires that the office phone must have been turned on at that time.
Posture check. Oh, Seabass. And hydrate Seabass. You're killing me over here. I can't believe this.
Time to do it with him, make you suffer.
Time to what with him?
Like all the
Huh? Are you shipping
no,
Seabass
stop.
and I?
Hell yeah, you and Seabass, yeah.
Seabass wishes. Do my chores. How dare you? Oh, they're actually getting a drink anyways, Carrie, so that works out.
Yay!
Huh? You heard me, Seabass. It's okay, Seabass. I know you're in love with me.
Boyfriends.
Did you read this one, Carrie? I forgot.
Yeah, I read it. Joy left her desk to look for the sound. You need proof she left earlier in the night.
All right. I guess timing matters. Well, this also proves that she also could have just left at any point. Joy must have left her desk before Fee got there. How do I have proof of that? She must have. Seabass, why are you lamouting me? I know you're in love with me. All right, I guess we should probably look at all of these. She remained on the first floor the whole time. She has no power to do it from her desk. So you have to prove that she was not at her desk. You have to prove she got up at some point. You have to prove that her ass was up, being a little bit of a prick. What do you think, Carrie? Oh, I guess Joy brought him up
Oh
to
yeah,
the
that has
office.
to be it.
So she was already there. There was one point when Miss Collins was in the president's office, when she escorted Detective Hunt up there.
Yes, I was being a nice host and escorted him. But I never went to the phone.
You have no proof of that. We can ask Detective Hunt if he remembers.
My keyword is if. It's her word against the detectives.
How do I prove that? It's not like there are footprints we can use. Detective, what do we do? There is one thing that is bothering me. This whole theory is built on proof that a gunshot was played from the reception desk phone. And why was the speaker on? If Miss Collins really did connect the president's office phone to the reception desk, she did it on purpose. Meaning, she would have wanted to overhear the conversation with Detective Hunt. She could have just placed it next to her ears like most people.
my detective, it seems you're poking a hole in your own case. Have you given up already?
Quite the opposite. This is a new way to prove Justina's theory. How am I supposed to know why the speaker was on? Look over all the evidence we collected. Ask yourself, why did she choose to do it? Once we prove that, the mystery is as good as solved. I need to think long and hard about this. Why would she have to keep it on a speaker? The reason she had the phone on the speaker. Why would she have it on speaker?
Because she records important information?
I'll try it. Oh, look, there we go.
Yeah!
Joy told us that she records events on her phone. If she wanted to record the conversation between Detective Hunt and Mr. Chambers, keeping the phone to her ear wouldn't work. She would have to have the sound played by its speaker with her phone near it to get the best sound.
That would mean Miss Collins recorded the whole murder.
Miss Collins, will you willingly give your phone as evidence?
Miss Eubank, you can't let them confiscate my phone.
Millennials be like.
Legally, the law allows for them to take it if they get a warrant to access any data on it. However, I would advise you to let them know willingly. No, I can't! Miss Collins, I can't help you if you don't cooperate. Keeping information from law enforcement will only make things worse. If you have the recording of the gunshot on your phone, let us know.
Oh, man.
Alright, you caught me. I was recording everything from the president's office. The recording ended when I heard the gunshot.
Why didn't you record any more?
I think the phone on the desk was hit after the gunshot and it turned off.
Oh, not because you were scared about a gunshot.
That's when I went upstairs.
Let's save the phone recording for later. Why were you doing it in the first place?
I was doing so to help Anton Chambers' ex-wife. She wanted me to get dirt on him.
Oh, something got on him. Gunpowder.
That sounds exactly like her.
To clarify, she's the one Anton is divorcing, right?
Yes, her name is Vivica.
Vivica?
In order to get complete custody of their son, Vivica needed to present evidence he was unfit.
Oh no, he's gonna... Okay, can I just say, that's like, those divorce proceedings are like in her favor as is anyways.
I mean, we don't know that.
I mean, generally they are in the favor of the mother.
Yeah,
so unless she's just a bad person, maybe she shouldn't have the son as is. Look, if she's like, oh, I need to get dirt on my fucking soon-to-be ex-husband so I can take the son, he can't see his own kid. Maybe you shouldn't have the kid, I'm just saying.
I mean, we don't know the situation.
I mean, we know that she's trying to get dirt on her ex-husband to bring it up to divorce court so he can't see his son. We know that much, at least.
I'm just saying there could be issues. He could
I
have
mean,
been abusive.
Look, we could. It could be, but I mean, he's also dead, so I'm not going to speak ill of the dead.
I'll speak ill of the dead.
Not unless it's like 20 years later, then it's funny, it's okay. Carrie, who died 20 years later, or 20 years earlier? That can make a reference. At least 20 years. It could be more.
That one guy?
Yeah, fuck him!
Yeah! She told me last week that she would pay me if I could get any evidence for her. It was also I was recording Mr. Chambers' movements that day.
That explains why she had the recording for her statement.
I get why Vivica needed that, but why did you do it? How much money could she possibly offer? Miss Eubank, do you know what the minimum wage is in Azure City? 18 alms an hour. Do you know how much I make? 20. I worked here for 2 years and barely make more than minimum wage.
Amen.
Vivica offered me a side job that I could do while at work.
A side hustle that you can do at your job? That's every millennial's dream.
Kind of.
Did you send this recording to Vivica?
I did, but I still have it on my phone.
Then we have the million-dollar question. Do you know who killed Anton Chambers?
No. When Anton is sitting at his desk, I can usually hear everything. I was able to record everything between Anton and the detective. But after the detective left, someone came in.
Oh, so the detective didn't kill him, probably.
They were talking in front of the door, and the phone was too low quality to pick up everything they said.
If you couldn't hear them, then why did you keep listening in?
I thought they would move closer to the phone. Sadly, they didn't. Then the gunshots happened, and the phone was knocked off.
Did you hear anything else before the gunshot?
I heard a sound like something heavy hit a wall, followed by something that crashed to the floor. Then the gunshot happened.
Hitting the wall, then something crashing. Sounds like a struggle. Miss Collins, do you know what two-party consent is?
Yes, that's why I tried to hide the gunshot.
And during said struggle, was anyone talking?
No, it was just the sounds, I said.
Then you know that we have to charge you for illegally recording 2 conversations. We also need to confiscate those recordings from your phone. We can keep only the struggle part and dispose the rest. Whoever she recorded could help us find the culprit. Why only keep the ending part? Miss Yearbank, if your client was found guilty in court because of this recording, what would you do?
Any lawyer would demand a mistrial. Miss Collins illegally oh my god, I can't read for shit today.
Me when I have
Any
daily
lawyer
sex, I mean dyslexia.
Yeah. A mistrial. Mrs. Collins' illegal act makes anything said on the recording fruit of the poisonous tree. But legally, there is a loophole. Recordings of conversations are illegal, but other recorded sounds are perfectly acceptable.
Meaning, we can keep the struggle and dispose of everything else from the recording. I'll update the evidence from the president's office. Miss Collins, can you tell us what happened when you went upstairs?
When I heard the gunshot, I thought Mr. Chambers killed someone. So I took the stairs and sneaked my way to the 6th floor.
That explains why our witness didn't see you in the lobby. Why would you take the stairs?
If I took the elevator, they might see me. It was way easier to sneak in by stairs, even if it took longer. When I got there, I didn't see anyone, but people weren't the only missing thing.
The rug! Yes, dude.
The clock on the wall were missing.
And we know where the rug was.
They were there when I came up with Detective Hunt.
Joy, do you know why did I read that like, Mods, do you know who removed them?
I don't know about the clock, but I do know about the rug. It was Lowell. When I was looking around, I heard the elevator arrive at the floor. I ran to see what it was, and I saw Lowell carrying one end of the rug. It looked like someone was on the other side carrying the rug, but the door was closed just enough that I couldn't see who.
What time did this happen?
8:25 p.m. Sunday night. I wanted to be there sooner, but climbing 6 flights of stairs in heels took the wind out
Why
of me.
were you still wearing the heels if you're gonna sneak? Wouldn't you want to like not wear heels?
Yeah, you would take those off because they make sound.
They do make sound. They be making sound for one, and for two, if I'm climbing a 6 flight of stairs, I'm taking the heels off. I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's better to go barefoot for these kinds of situations because it's quieter.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get caught. I wanted to follow Lowell, but I didn't know where in the building he went. I thought he went to the 1st floor, but I couldn't find him.
If Lowell took the rug after Mr. Chambers was shot, he must have wanted to dispose of it. Something we couldn't find must have been on that rug. Justy, do you have any ideas? If Anton Chambers was shot in his office, it would make sense that he would be bleeding. Yeah, we couldn't find any blood in his office. What if after getting shot, he fell on the rug? That way, the rug would absorb all the blood and none would get on the floor. Miss Eubank, Mrs. Eubank, do you happen to know what the rug was made of? Ah, yes, it's the trunk. Well, rugs are highly absorbent. Jesse's theory about the rug absorbing all the blood makes sense.
But that isn't proven yet. None of you have found the rug yet, so why
We know
is
where
this just
it went, though, bitch. Which is why we need to ask him ourselves. We need to bring Lowell Ledger here. Mrs. Eubank, would you be able to bring Lowell here?
Of course I can. I'll drag him in here myself if I must. But that doesn't mean I believe he's our culprit.
I know it was in the trunk. I remember the wool in the trunk of the car. Let us return here once Mr. Ledger arrives. I know. I got this fucking dude's number. After that, Mr. Collins was sent to Miss Earl while Mr. Ledger was brought in. Because Lowell's the president of the company, Mrs. Eubank once again agreed to represent him. We're doing 2 today. Posture check? I'm posturing the fuck up right now.
Stretch. And hydrate.
Oh, my fucking bones.
Also?
Yes! Well, actually, there was a murder.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, just real quick, speaking of Family Feud. So, because, you know, it's good to have the TV on for your dog. We had, we've been switching to different channels because for some reason a lot of the same game show channels just play the exact same episode. And it's like really annoying. But there's one that plays like a bunch of different game shows. One of which being Family Feud. And I'm just sitting there with my dog. It's kind of on in the background, but every once in a while I glance up at it, right? I'm not a huge Family Feud guy. You know the ending part of Family Feud, Carrie?
Sorta?
Where it's like, hey, you have so much time to answer these 5 questions, and like, if they match, we'll give you points. If you and your partner get 200 points, you get like $25,000. It's after like the main game part. It's like a little bonus thing for the winners. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sorta, yeah.
Dude, I kid you not, this one guy, the first guy by himself scored 186 points.
What?
Yeah, this one guy had like, I kid you not, he didn't have an answer that was under 30 points. Like, this guy was killing it. He was going sicko mode on him.
Base.
Yeah, it was crazy. Sorry, that's not really important. I was really impressed by his score.
His score, yeah.
What in the fuck does that even mean? Okay. Yeah. Looks like Mrs. Eubank brought our star witness. Oh, that's right, this motherfucker. I didn't think he'd be so willing to come. You would think he would resist with every fob of his eggplant suit. Miss Eubank, Eubank Investments is co-owned by both Owen and Ferris, so Ferris is technically his boss. She can fire him for not coming in for questioning. The fact that she even let us bring him in for questioning surprises me. After what happened with Joy, I think even she knows Lowell is involved with this murder. And solving Anton's death matters more than their upstart president. How about you? Have you made any progress on Anton's case? Oh, it seems that Anton's bullets were being smuggled in. Well, I can find the bullets he was smuggling, then that would really help us. Got any ideas on where to find them? Nice try, but Detective never reveals this. We're literally working together, but okay. I'm pretty sure it's just magicians. Au contraire, magicians got it from us. It's a well-known fact. I forgot this guy's like horribly Australian. Is that... Oh, never mind. Just let us know if you find evidence for us. I should have some by the time you're done. Good luck in there. Hey, I do like that man's suit, though. That's a nice shade of purple.
It is a nice suit.
Lowell Ledger, you have been brought in to answer questions about the night of Anton Chambers' death. A gunshot was heard by the witness that night, and when the witnesses were there, they saw you. I remember this guy was kind of like a smug, I already told you, I was in the building that night. Then I will ask you a simple question. Are you involved with the death of Anton Chambers, including purposefully tampering with evidence? I was not involved with the death of Anton Chambers. May I leave now?
my client means to say is you need something substantial to keep him here.
We already have proof that a gunshot from the president's office happened that night. Were you unaware of it?
My client has already told the police that he was on the 5th floor the whole night. There's no proof that a gunshot on the 6th floor would be heard on the 5th.
What do you mean? Gunshots are loud. That's not
They're
how
loud? Ew! People heard it on the 1st floor.
Well, they heard on the first floor because speakers, to be fair.
Yeah, but they're still loud enough that you can hear it. Unless unless the building was so fucking soundproof that you could not hear it from the other floor, there's just no way.
Yeah.
And most of those buildings are not that soundproof.
I believe it could be soundproof enough to where you couldn't hear it on the 1st floor. But you could definitely hear it on at least down to the 3rd floor. Most definitely you would hear something.
It really depends, because it would need to be...
It would never be fairly soundproof, yeah, but...
It would have to be really soundproof, or like, the walls would need to be made of fucking cement.
Maybe it's a cement floor, I don't know. But it's believable to not be heard on the 1st floor without the speaker. It's not believable on the 5th floor, man. That's some thick-ass cement. If you could hear a gunshot from a different floor, but we can't say the same for floor 5. Yes, you can. But our witness saw him heading towards the elevator with a rug. And what does a rug have to do with Mr. Chambers' death? We have reason to believe he died on that rug, and it contains evidence. Is there any proof of that?
A previous witness saw you. While they saw that you had a rug, there's no proof of blood or any indication of murder.
They took a picture of the president's office after the murder, and the rug was missing. Given their testimony, we have reason to believe you were involved. I see. Yes, I was carrying a rug, but you are clearly missing context. Allow me to explain. Dropping off the rug. Mr. Eubank asked me to help him bring the rug to his car. So I went down to the president's office with him and we simply took it. Hold on. Instantly gonna check. Was it Anton's car?
I think it was Owen's car.
No, Owen's car had the girl. Oh no, she was working on Anton's car and she found clumps of wool in the car trunk. Okay, so technically he's correct so far. So I went to the president's office with him and we simply took it. After grabbing the rug, Mr. Eubank and I headed to the garage. I simply left the rug in Mr. Eubank's truck so we could take it home. Afterwards, I had no idea what happened to the rug.
Oh yeah, that definitely didn't happen. It wasn't in Eubank's car.
I didn't catch that. True. Sorry, President Lowell, but your term has come to an end. Here's proof. Okay. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Can we just get witness to who is completely honest for a change, or at the very least be upfront about lying? I guess he's working with what he knows. Perhaps there is something he's missing. Something no one would ever expect.
You said in Mr. Eubank's car, right?
Wait. Mr. Eubank asked me to help him bring the rug to his car.
We know he couldn't have put it in his trunk because V was in there, and they never put anything in the trunk.
True.
He was hiding in it the whole time.
There we go. Good point, Carrie. Mr. Ledger, we have witness testimony that Mr. Eubank didn't take it. If the rug had been placed in his car, they would have seen it, but they didn't. If Mr. Eubank didn't take it, then where did it go? And who is this witness? I demand to know.
Mr. Ledger, I can verify the witness and their location. They will be punished greatly for being on Eubank Investments property without permission.
Poor Fee. With that answered, what happened to the rug? If your witness said I'm lying, you tell me. Surely, if they didn't see me put it in the car, where would I have put it?
Due to that witness's particular location, they were unable to see anything. I can only say that if you had put the rug in the car, they would have known.
It's getting really annoying to see you beat around the bush.
Keeping the witness's identity hidden is necessary for the future of Eubank's investments.
That's a whole lot of words to tell him to shut up. But it is her daughter. It's kind of sweet she's keeping her identity secret. And perhaps I'm misremembering all of this. We could have just left it by the car instead. Then someone could have come by and taken it. Nothing I can do about that. If that is all, the president of Eubank Investments is a busy man. You're not leaving yet. Aside from our unnamed witness, there were only 4 people there that night. Since one of them is our victim, the possibility of an unknown party is unlikely.
Then where would the rug go? It can't disappear into thin air.
We know.
Found a key statement.
They should... Okay. So I guess...
How does it not know?
Okay, I guess we have to do this, because she's talking about Anton's car. Right? No?
What? But the
Okay,
literal statement of that evidence is this in his car.
Yeah. Okay, I guess he would have access to that car. There were only 3 cars in the garage that night, including his. So he must have placed it in his car.
But why lie about which car was used?
Because if you put it in his car, that means he drove it somewhere. And we might find evidence inside. Again, nothing but speculation. And speculation is just a waste of time. And I'm sure you won't mind if we investigate your car. We haven't had a chance to look inside. Absolutely not. No one in their right mind would ever allow the police to do such a thing.
If you want to search his car, you will need a warrant. I doubt any judge would give you one if you can't prove you find evidence.
I would have been removed by then. But now, Detective. Mr. Ledger, when you were in the garage, did you see Anton's car? Yes, it was there. What are you getting at, Detective? If our theory is correct, then Anton must have already died before the rug was removed. The body must have been moved, but to where? Looking over the exits, the only options are the front door and the garage. So that leaves the garage. If Mr. Eubank's car was an option, Anton's car stayed there overnight. I think that leaves only one option. Mr. Ledger's car.
Excuse me? Why would he possibly do that?
I'm not sure why, but it would explain why he wouldn't want us to check his car. There might be evidence in there. Oh, Detective Swift, quit joking around. Accusing the president of Eubank Investments of tampering with the crime scene just isn't funny. The president, who only got there after the former president died. If you won't let us look, then we will get a warrant.
You can only get a warrant if you can prove for certain you'll find something. As it stands, I doubt any judge will grant you a warrant.
And why's that?
If he needed a car, why would he use his own car? Let me explain. If Anton's car was in the parking garage, Lowell could have grabbed the keys from the body. Afterwards, Lowell could have just driven Anton's car to Nickel and Diamond's Antiques.
Oh,
and
this
left
is
the
where we're
body
going to
there.
use the wool, because we're going to be like, actually, there was, now that you mention it. We're trying to trap him.
After leaving the body at the store, Lowell could have taken a bus or simply walked back to pick up his own car. We know Anton's car only entered the parking lot once, so his car didn't leave the garage.
I'm going to try the wool thing. Now?
Maybe on a different statement?
Maybe. We need evidence that tells us a clear answer. Maybe something else you told us would work.
Oh, it's because of stick shift. Yeah. So it would be hard for him to drive. He doesn't know.
Or he might know. We don't really know if he knows how to drive a stick shift. Before you poke holes in our theories, poke the holes in your own. When we spoke with the mechanic, she told us that Mr. Chambers drives a custom-built stick shift. Most people wouldn't be able to drive that.
That is true. My husband tried driving it once and almost crashed it. But this is nothing nothing but speculation.
According to the mechanic, there were dents, scratches, and a broken taillight before she fixed it up. But I doubt someone who drives their car every day would cause that. My theory is simple. He tried to use Mr. Chambers' car, couldn't drive it, damaged it in the garage, gave up, then used his own car. And again, speculation on when the car was damaged. You can't prove that the car was damaged that very night. Mr. Ledger, can you drive stick? Because according to our evidence, your car is automatic. If you can, you will need to prove it. I don't need to answer. You can just use you'll just use whatever I say against me. Yes, welcome to being in an interrogation room.
Detective, we both know you need something more solid than that. Also, that's just very, like, him as being obviously guilty.
Yeah.
Prove to us that the car was originally used to move the body.
Anton's car, yeah, here we go. McKay told us that they found some clumps of wool in the car. All we have to do is match it with the rug from his office. And how will you know if it matches the rug? It's long gone. We do have a picture of you with the rug. All we need to do is cross-reference it with rugs sold online. If the material matches, then we know it's the same rug. You detectives are more clever than I thought. But it's all for naught. After all, there's something important you simply can't explain. Sounds fun. Tell us what it is. I wouldn't even know where to move the body. What happened to Mr. Chambers that night was completely unexpected. If the plan was dependent on his attacker, then I would need to know that information beforehand. But I simply had no means to speak to him about it before his death. After all, I was in my office the whole time before I carried the rug out. There's no proof of that. Must have known Ranton was attacked and where to move his body. Narrow. We prove how he could have known.
You know, he wasn't in his office the entire time because he was speaking.
It's true. Owen did say something about that. I was arguing with Anton. He spoke to Laura in the garage before leaving. He would need to know the information beforehand. Okay, then we could say... We try that. Okay, no.
We think it's the one after?
As in, on here or on the evidence?
No, I mean, like, the time. That.
Oh, this one? Okay, I see. Nah, it's still crossed off. You did say that you called Anton. Okay, there we go. We do know when you talked to Mr. Chambers. When you showed us your phone call, detective, I saw you had a call with him that night. Meaning you spoke to Anton after he had left the alleyway. You can't prove that. Even if we did talk, that doesn't mean he told me anything.
Lowell, I think it's more than enough reason to request a search warrant.
Mrs. Eubank, you're supposed to be on my side. Do something.
My job is to protect Eubank investments at all costs, including from within. I gave you enough of a chance to prove your innocence. Now your lies are a liability to yourself and my company. Our best bet is to just confess now so we can finally know what happened that night. If they search your car and find proof, it will only make things worse for you.
And all because I couldn't clean my car in time. Moving the body is a crime, one we intend to make you pay for. Yet we don't even know who the murderer is. The closest you got is me moving the body. Well, are you saying you know who killed Anton? Detective, how about a plea deal? You drop all charges against me and I'll tell you everything I know. What do you have to bargain with? Simple. I know who the culprit is. I even have proof. You expect us to believe that? If you want the truth of the matter, you will accept my terms. You can't just move a whole body and expect us to trade that away. You two are only here because you're out of leads. You need my evidence.
Unless you want to keep running around like a pair of headless chickens.
If
Yeah, but he could also be lying.
It's true. Well, I think usually in this situation, they make sure the evidence is like legit, and then they're kind of like, hey, if this evidence is legit, like we will give you you'll be a free man, whatever. But it has to be legit. If it's not, then there's like, okay, idiot. Well, welcome to prison.
Then you'd go to prison for tampering with evidence and lying to court.
I wouldn't say it's tampered with evidence. It's, well, he did because the body, and if that's what you're talking about. But it's obstructing justice, I believe it would be, because he's making.
I think in his specific case, it would be like 5 different things.
True. If you feel your end of the bargain, then I can accept those terms. Detective, don't worry, Justina. I know what I'm doing. Where is the evidence?
Do you take me for a fool? I'm not giving it to you until I sign the official deal. But I suppose I can give you a tease. Owen Eubank was the one who killed Anton Chambers.
I know my husband. He would never do such a thing.
Believe it or not, it happened. The two of us carried the body down the elevator to the garage. He offered me the role of president if I helped clean up his mess. I wasn't going to turn down such a wonderful deal. Until the police ruined everything. That's why I had my backup plan. Keep some evidence on Owen, just in case.
You are throwing my whole company under the bus just to get out of this.
It's nothing personal, just business.
Then as legal representative, I will look over any official deal written before he signs.
I'm sure you and Sue will have plenty to talk about then. Mr. Ledger, you are to remain here for the time being. It will take a while to write up this plea deal. If you leave, it will be canceled.
Understood.
Mrs. Eubank, we will be bringing Owen Eubank in for questioning. I presume you will take up his defense?
Naturally, I request that no questioning can be done until Mr. Ledger's evidence has been fully verified.
I agree. Once everything is settled, we will return here later with Mr. Eubank. For now, this interrogation is over.
2 interrogations in under an hour, Kara. We did it.
Hell yeah.
Lowell and Ferris were escorted to the chief's office to wait for his plea deal. We were also granted a search warrant for Lowell's car. Nice.
Maybe we can get some evidence before then. Be like, we actually already have it. So, fuck you, idiot.
Do you think Owen really did it? Because I think Lowell's lying about it.
I'm gonna say he's probably lying about it, yeah. As for Sophie and I, we only had a little bit of time before we could talk to Mr. Eubank himself. In the short time I've known him, I could never see Mr. Eubank as a murderer. Was Lowell's evidence truly enough to convict him? We had to wait for the plea deal before finding out. End of Case 5 Part 2! Ooh, Cowrie, the plot thickens.